Today, we're going to take a look at 6 ways that I am able to get pro sounding mixers, and hopefully it'll help you too. Let's go. The first one is really obvious, but it's the most important, and that is I have spent years and years consistently mixing. Mixing has to be learned. There are no quick fire solutions, so you have to put in the work over the years, and it will take a number of years to be able to mix at a pro level. It probably took me 5 years, so stick with it. 2, I treat frequency masking in my mixes, and this is true of any genre of music that I happen to mix. And this is basically where 2 instruments sit in the same part of the frequency spectrum and they mask each other, just like the kick and the bass in this example here. So I look out for 2 similar instruments and then I do some cuts and boosts in that frequency area just to carve out some space for the instruments. And what you can do is you can get 2 EQ plugins out and put them on top of each other like this to see where those issues are. And if you've only just started mixing and you don't know which instrument should sit where in the frequency spectrum, you can get hold of my core frequency chart from the link in my bio. 3 is choosing the right plugins for the job. Yes, using your stock plugins can create a pro sounding mix, but sometimes you need to invest in good sounding plugins to get the sound that you need. This is particularly true of analog based plugins. So I've invested in some good quality plugins that really help my sound. Number 4 is using submixing, and this will really help you get a coherent sounding mix. What you do is you highlight all of the group of instruments, such as the drums, you go to your output and go and send them all to a bus. And now I can treat those drums as a whole by adding EQ, compression, saturation and tonal EQ. And I repeat this process with backing vocals and guitars, and it just makes the mix sound really tight. 5 is comparing my mix against professional grade mixers. I use the Plug-in Alliance Adaptometric AB, and it allows me to compare my mix against any reference track of my choice from within my DAW by pressing this AB button. By comparing my mix against a hit record or the client's reference mix or their rough mix, I am able to judge where my mix stands in terms of quality. It is a brilliant mixing tool. I have a selection of reference tracks that I just use here in my hard drive, and I just select them and I just drag them into the plugin as and when I need them. There is no better mixing tool than this. And finally, I use analog modeling plugins to make it sound like my entire mix is going through an SSL desk. So I put something like this, the Waves SSL EV2 channel, on my master bus, use some compression and some EQ to just make it sound like the whole mix is going through that desk, and it adds an air of professionalism. Thanks for watching.